Penguin Audio presents Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Read by Joel Fotinos. Preface to Current Edition. When Think and Grow Rich was published in 1937, it was acclaimed as one of the great inspirational books of its time. Together with Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People and Norman Vincent Peale's The Power of Positive Thinking, it became essential reading for men and women who pursued success in their lives and careers. Over 15 million copies of this book have been sold. It became a roadmap for many millions of people to escape the poverty of the Depression era and gain prosperity for themselves, their families, and, in many cases, their employees. Who was Napoleon Hill, and what was the source of his philosophy? Napoleon Hill was born into a poor family in 1883 in a one-room cabin in rural Virginia. He was orphaned at the age of 12 and brought up by relatives. Overcoming poverty and his rebellious nature, he struggled to obtain an education and developed into one of the pragmatic geniuses of his time. Aged 13, he started his writing career as a stringer for small-town newspapers, a reporter who wrote items and stories about happenings in his area for pennies a line. Perhaps because of his own struggle to overcome poverty, he became obsessed with why people fail to achieve true financial success and happiness in their lives. To earn a living, he chose to pursue careers in both law and journalism. His early career as a reporter helped finance his way through law school. His big break came when he was given an assignment to write a series of success stories of famous men. One of the men he interviewed for this series was Andrew Carnegie, the world-renowned steel magnate. Mr. Carnegie was so impressed by the young journalist that he gave him a commission that would dominate the next 25 years of Hill's life. The project was to interview over 500 millionaires to find a success formula that could be used by the average person. The interviewees included the greatest and wealthiest men of the era. Among them were Thomas Edison, Alexander Graham Bell, Henry Ford, Charles M. Schwab, Theodore Roosevelt, William Wrigley Jr., John Wanamaker, William Jennings Bryan, George Eastman, Woodrow Wilson, William H. Taft, John D. Rockefeller, F. W. Woolworth, and many others who are not as well known today. During this period, Andrew Carnegie became Hill's mentor, helping Hill formulate a philosophy of success, drawing on the thoughts and experience of the people who were interviewed. The success of Think and Grow Rich led to a long career as consultant to business leaders, lecturer, and writer of several more books, and made Hill a millionaire in his own right. Napoleon Hill died in November 1970 after a long and successful career. His work stands as a guidepost to individual achievement and has influenced readers for almost 70 years. Updating a classic work is a monumental task. The basic philosophy of the writer cannot be changed. It must always be Napoleon Hill's book, not mine. I approached it in the same way an art restorer looks at a classic painting that is being refurbished. I carefully studied the text and deleted stories and anecdotes that, although meaningful to the reader of the 1930s, have little significance to the reader of the 21st century. I replaced them with examples and illustrations of men and women who in their careers in recent times exemplify the principles Napoleon Hill promulgated. In addition to hearing the success stories of the people Hill studied, you will meet some of the top achievers of our time, such as Bill Gates, Mary Kay Ash, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ray Kroc, Michael Jordan, and others. Napoleon Hill's proven steps to riches are as valid for today's listener as they were for his contemporaries. All who understand and apply this philosophy will be better prepared to attract and enjoy these higher standards of living that always have been and always will be denied to all except those who are ready for them. Be prepared, therefore, when you actively follow Napoleon Hill's precepts to make major changes in your approach to life.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?